Hello guys and welcome back. So in the previous video, as you know that we have created our cutscene and we has everything set up. Okay, as you can see we have the cutscene and everything set up right here. Now in this video what we want to do is, from the main menu, whenever we start the game, we will be first of all showing the cutscene. Okay, so let me tell you how we will set up this cutscene. Okay, whenever the player start the game from the main menu right here. Okay, so as you can see we have this main menu right here. Whenever the player presses the start button, then we will change into this scene view and we will first of all show the cutscene, and then after the cutscene we will then allow the player to play the game. So in order to achieve this, if we open up our scripts, as you can see this is the script right here. Okay, the game manager script, and then we have this main menu script on which whenever the player presses the on start button, okay, we set the start game to true. So now we will check on the game manager script. Since this game manager script is attached right here, okay, we will check on this script that if the start game is equals to true, okay, then first of all we will be showing the cutscene, and while playing the cutscene we want the player, the main camera, okay, and the player UI, the minimap camera, minimap canvas, weapons to pick and weapon menu, all of these things to be deactivated. Okay, so and as you know, when these are deactivated and then if we play the game, you will notice that it will show the cutscene. Okay, as you can see it is showing the cutscene. Okay, so then after that what we want to do, when we completely show the cutscene, then when the cutscene ends, okay, then we will start the game, or basically you can say that we will then deactivate the cutscene and activate all of the things which we deactivated like this. Okay, then we will start the game like this. Okay, so let me activate them again, okay, because we stopped the game. Okay, and now let's achieve this. So on the game manager right here, now we need to create references to all of the things which we want to activate and deactivate. So here we will be having the player things. Okay, and in the player things we have the main camera, the player. So let's create a reference to both of them. So we will say public game object, the first of all the reference to the main camera, so we will say main camera, then to the player, so we will say public game object player. Okay, then after this we need a reference to the player UI and the minimap camera and canvas. So right here we will say player UI, then to the mini map camera, okay, and then to the mini map canvas. Okay, since these two becomes the same, so let's name this as cam and this one as canvas. Okay, then after this we need a reference to the weapons to pick and to the weapons menu. We actually don't need a reference to the weapons to pick, but let's just disable them as well when the game starts. Okay, so weapons to pick and then weapons menu. And the reason we are disabling the weapons menu as well, because if the cutscene is started and the player accidentally press the tab button, then it will open up the menu, so we actually don't want that. That is why we are disabling that as well. So the first reference is to the weapons to pick and the next one is to the weapons menu. Okay, once we have this, now we need a reference to our timeline as well. Okay, because we will be disabling the timeline when the cutscene ends. Okay, so right here we will say public game object, and this will be the reference to the timeline object, okay, which is this cutscene 1, or you can actually name this as cutscene as well, cutscene 1 or something like that. Okay, now as you know that we have an instance on our main menu, so now we can use the main menu public variables on our game manager as well. So right here at the top in the update method, okay, we will say that if main menu dot instance dot start game is equals to true, okay, it means that if the start button is pressed, okay, and the start game is set to true, okay, then we want to disable these things and enable the cutscene. Okay, so right in here we will disable the main camera first of all, so we will say main camera dot set active false. Okay, then we want to disable the player, so we will say player dot set active false. Then the player UI, so we will say player UI dot set active false. Then we have the minimap camera, so we will say minimap cam dot set active false. Then the minimap canvas, so we will disable that as well. Then the weapons to pick, so disable that as well. And then the weapons menu, so disable that as well. And when the game starts, we just need to enable the cutscene, so the cutscene dot set active will be equals to true, and that will be it. Okay, so this code is just for showing the cutscene. Okay, let me remove the dot from there, and then if we save the script, get back to Unity, if we click on game manager, okay, as you can see now we need to add all of these references. So let's add the main camera, then the player, then the player UI, so here is the player UI, then the minimap camera, then minimap canvas, then the weapons to pick, and then the weapons menu, and at last the cutscene. Okay, and now we can't start our game from here because on the game manager now we have this if condition. So now according to this if condition, the start game must be equals to true, and as you know that the start game becomes true on our main menu. So just leave them as it is, okay, and double click on main menu. Now from here if we play the game, you will notice how it will work. Okay, if we let me actually maximize that and click on start, and as you can see, it first of all show the cutscene. Okay, as you can see the cutscene plays. Okay, here is the wanted thing, and the character is wanting this our player. Okay, as you can see the player is talking and everything. Okay, so now as you can see right here our cutscene ends. Okay, so now what we want to do is when our cutscene ends, okay, then what we want to do is, let me get back to the scene view. So when the cutscene ends, then we want the cutscene to be disabled and all of the things to be enabled back again. Okay, for example the player and all of the other things as well, in order to make the player play the game. Okay, so we will be enabling them, but that is for the next video.